Yeah, we are live now. Good evening from Pennsylvania. So I always call it like pretty Pennsylvania. So it's getting prettier now. Winter is over. So hopefully, spring, the blossom is coming soon. So good evening from here. So I have my beautiful people from all around the globe today to joining today to discuss about our digital marketing business. So the hot topic today is like, what is that turning point in our life that we thought, okay, whatever I'm doing right now is not working anymore. So I need something, a back support. I need a cushioning in my life. So what was that particular moment that we felt that, okay, I need a change in my life? And why did I think that one stream of income is not enough for me? Right. So the people who is joining in today's live is Gen Z Gen Z from North, no, uh, Gen Z
Las
from
Vegas,
yes,
USA.
Las Vegas, and Susan George from Michigan, and Dr. Lena from UK, and myself from Pennsylvania. And I'm expecting more people to join. Okay, and so let's start.
They didn't know Pennsylvania became prettier now. So they're
Exactly.
still waiting.
Pretty Pennsylvania. So,
It's pretty here too. It's only for a couple weeks only pretty, and then it becomes super hot.
I think
oh
we should go
wow.
to Las Vegas now.
We, maybe just within this 2 weeks. After that, it's in the hundreds, triple digit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's more like Gulf heat, like dry heat. The
Right,
heat is
right,
very, yeah,
right,
it's in
right.
triple digits
Yeah,
always.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. So my first question is to Susan, Coach Susan. Coach Susan, can you please introduce yourself and also please do let our audience know, what's your aha moment where you thought, okay, let me do this.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you so much. Actually, it has been so long that I came online with this pretty people. Thank you so much. So long I haven't come actually on live with you guys actually. So I've been thinking, but I was on vacation. I was enjoying my time back in India, and I really thank God for this wonderful opportunity with wonderful people from different parts of the world. So my name is Susan. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I am from Michigan. I have a husband and I have two beautiful girls who go to college. So that is my life story. So about my life and how I came to the business. So my parents are teachers. So what always I saw is they go to school. What I was taught was like go to school, get some job, work hard, and get a job and retire. That's what I was being told. That is what I always in my mind. I never thought about a business in my life. I never thought I'm gonna do one. So I went to pharmacy school. I came here. I did all my examinations. I became a licensed pharmacist. I was one of a very successful pharmacists in the corporate world. And then, I was working hard. My life was going good. I was having good health. And, I was working 12 hours, 14-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, things like that. Until I kind of started losing my health, I didn't look for any other opportunities because I thought, this is going to work for me. It is going to be very good for me, and I was, things were going very good for me. And my husband is into IT profession. I always see him work from home in his, time he work for, work from home. So mornings, what I see is I wake up in early, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I go to work. I see him working from home, and it started making me feel a little bad because I am working on somebody else's terms. So I wanted to work from home, but then I actually had some health issues started, and then I started looking for options, different options. I looked to work from home. I went and joined some courses, and I kind of did not become successful. I spent a lot of money on the courses. I did not become successful. But then what happened was, again, my health started going bad during the COVID season. My diabetes got bad. I really become sick, and I started looking for options. Then I couldn't work for so many many months together, because it was like, there are times when my blood sugar was really bad. I had to go to work because they couldn't find replacement for me. And it really became bad because one of my friends passed away because he had a heart attack, and they were able to replace him when he passed away. And my doctor was like, first you have to take care of your health, because uh, when you are alive and you are not sick, they are not able to find a replacement for you. And but when you are dead, they are finding a replacement for you very easily. So it is for, if you are the one who is supposed to take care of your health and your life, because when you are gone, they'll replace you very easily. For the corporate, you are just a number. So it hit me very bad. Then I had to go take care of my health. I had to undergo a couple of surgeries and stuff like that. So I went to India, came back, and all these years what I was doing is, I was looking at Sherin, and I was looking at her doing this business, and I was thinking, I was very skeptical. I was looking at her thinking it is some kind of scam she is running. So it was not in my mind that I had to take a decision to start a business. I didn't even know, like, because I was healthy, I didn't have the motivation to do it. But then when it hit my really bad point of my life, when I lost my health, I wanted to find out what she is doing. So that was the time I went and looked into it. I went to the VIP. I paid 149 and went to the VIP group. I found out that, like, a lot of doctors, engineers, nurses, nurse practitioners, IT people, a lot of researchers, so many people, licensed professionals, changing their lives. So I was like, this is not rocket science, and they are doing it legitimately, by paying taxes, registering it. So I was like, why did I think it's a scam? Because and I wanted to do it. My family, my kids, everybody was telling me it is a scam, but then I was sure it's not a scam. Why would a lot of people would jeopardize their license thinking it's a scam? So I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. But there were a lot of people to demotivate me, because they were telling it's a scam to me. But I was sure. When I was sure, I wanted to take a decision, because I knew I could. I got scared, because I knew I couldn't work until 65 and retire if I don't take care of my health. So my prime thing was to take care of my health, and I knew this is not something like I could trade. I have to trade so much of my hours to make a living, or it. And for me, I found a lot of people. I could make friendships. I could make myself better, and so many things like that. I'm like, I'm doing this. So I told my family, if you guys think I'm doing some scam, you guys can stop me. But let me try something, so that, I want to start. But when I started, this is one of the best thing I have done. So that, the thing is, this is one of the moments I wanted to change my life, because most of us, we don't know, when we lose our job, we don't know what happened unexpectedly. We don't know, like, when we lose our health, like, so many things like that. So many unexpected things could happen. But when everything goes right in our life, we don't really think like we want something. But then when only things go wrong in a life, like, we would think about doing something, but that time might not be the right time for us to start something. So I would always suggest, because I always thought, like, if I started 4 years ago when I was looking at Sherin, I would have been in a better position. But at least I thank God I started 1 year ago, when I was still not in a very bad position. I started it. Today I was able to, like, became part-time in 5 months into this business. I quit my full-time job. I became part-time. I'm working only two days a week. So my life has changed completely. I'm able to take care of my health, thanks to Sherin, actually, because through you, my life has changed, and I'm able to help so many people like me. So this is my aha moment, and this is why I would think we should explore for opportunities when we still, when still sun is shining. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan. So, Susan mentioned, like, a couple of points that what Susan mentioned, like, I just want, like, to reiterate, like, like, when we are all, like, when we study in the university, like, I didn't know that your parents are teachers. My mom is a
Yes.
teacher too. So I'm a teacher's mole. So that's what everybody called me, like, teacher them all, teacher them all. So anyway, so I know, like, when you are raised up in a teacher's family, like, how it's going to be, like, you have to be study well, get that degree, get on the top, and everything, and things like that, right? Never think different. That's the way we are taught. That's the way we are taught, right? Okay, never think, no, don't be different. Okay, just do the job. That's it,
Right.
and that's how it is, right? But anyway, thanks to mummy, that I reached to, like, to nursing, and I reached to Ireland, America, and everything. Thanks to all your hard work. I love you. I love you a lot. But again, at some point in my life, we actually thought differently, right? So when I was reading something, it was saying, like, everybody, human being, are living in two emotions, fear and greed. Our day, on a day to day life, like, our day is moved by two emotions, fear and greed. So fear, in a sense, like, when you are studying, you want to be on the top of the class, right? Then you want to be on the topmost college, to topmost university. You want to be the number one student in the class. Once you come out, you want to have, like, in the the dream position job. Then once you are in a job, you want to do masters. Then you want to do this and that, and like that. So then that's a fear, like, once you get in the job, and then you feel that, okay, am I performing well? I still remember when I was working as an RN, like, doesn't matter, like, how hard we are working. Whenever I come back home, I've always had that anxiety, like, did I do everything right? Did I do everything right? I was working if you don't know me, like, I was working as a critical care RN. So, like, every day when I come back from work after the hectic work, and I still can't, I had that anxiety with me. Like, I always think that, okay, because we are dealing with life and death in there, right? So did I do everything right? So no, it doesn't matter, like, no matter how good you are doing, or how much but if you have one mistake, your career is done. We can't blame that. That's nature of the profession, because we are dealing with, like, with life and death, basically. That kind of situation was that. So, like, forget about it. Like, if you have, like, the colleagues who is not supporting you, the environment, the work, the atmosphere you're working is not good. Like, I mean, your life is hell. And that's how it is. So, and then once you start, like, once you establish in the career, once you are up in the career ladder and things like that, the next fear is, like, okay, I want to be up to the society. Like, everybody is having big house, big car, all those, your children are going to the big university, then you're behind that, right? And then it comes to, like, it will be greed. Then, okay, I want more, I want to live like them, so I want to be like this. Then we are all stuck in this rat race. Like, we are never going to, we all started this journey to change our life, but the thing is that we are all stuck there. We are not able to change anything, right? That's the main reason that I thought, okay, I am done with my RN job. Okay, I want to live on my own terms. Okay, and that is how I actually quit my job last year and doing this business wonderfully, beautifully, by God's grace, from home. Okay, this is what I want. So, as Susan said, like, Susan, as you already saw her, like, she's such a bubbly, such a person with a lot of vibes, right? And when everything goes right, we never think wrong. I'm not saying that we have to think wrong when everything goes right. It's positive thinking and everything, but you should always have a backup plan. And that exactly, when we don't have that thinking, that's exactly what made Susan stuck in 4 years watching me thinking that I'm a scammer. Right? When the actual need comes, Susan's health was really bad. At that point, okay, what next? At that point, actually hit her heart, thinking that, okay, let me see if she's a scam. That took 4 years for her, right? That took 4 years for her. Like, I want to ask a question to you guys, like, do you want to wait that much time? Do you want to waste that much time, right? But today is today, right? Today is your chance to take a decision, right? So thank you so much, Susan. Beautifully explained. And then my next question to you is my Jens Chechi. Jens Chechi, can you please introduce yourself? And please do let our audience know a little bit about you. What was your aha moment, your story, and why did you think a second stream of income is necessary?
Okay, thank you, Sherin. Hi to everyone from wherever everybody is listening and is going to watch recorded. To introduce myself, my name is Jency Matthew. I am a nurse by profession, currently working as a nurse practitioner in Las Vegas, USA. So, as Susan said and Sharon said, it's coming to a different country and starting a whole new life from scratch. That's what I was about 19 years ago. um, I did nursing in a very good college, in College of Nursing Trivandrum. I know Sherin from college time. She was my junior. She knows that I was always a stubborn person, always wanted to do what I wanted to do. I always had a leadership quality. We will be in front of everything. And then, of course, did the nursing there, and then came here in 2007. So when you come, I came, started everything from scratch, started a job, um, no, like only 3 days a week, and then didn't know, like, okay, 3 days a week is not enough. I had family here, luckily. My husband, my in-law family is here, and I have a big extended family too. And most of the women in this family are nurses. So all I hear the story is all the nurses come here and work hard, work hard, work hard to make that life, and they all have beautiful life. And so that's my goal. As Sharon said, you look into other people, they're like, oh wow, they have this big house, or they have this, all these things. And I'm thinking, oh, I can work hard and I can make the same type of lifestyle. So you start working. And I started two jobs, two full-time jobs, 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. I continued to work like that. One whole year I did 6 days a week of 12-hour shift, and then I cut down to 5 days, and I continued that 5 days, always, 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 all this time. And of course the family started growing. When I came, I had only one boy, and then I had two other babies, so I have three boys now. And I continued to work with my full-time pregnancy too, till my last day. I worked, and then I went to the delivery room, the labor, for the next day. That's how I worked. So two full-time jobs, and worked, and until COVID hit again. I started in a med surge unit, wanted to achieve more, even a $1 extra. If I can earn an hour, I will do that. So I started from med surge, I went to intermediate care, then I went to critical care unit, stayed in critical care unit for a long time until COVID came. COVID hit, then I started living paycheck to paycheck, because didn't want to expose myself to more COVID situations. So work only 3 days a week. And that was a wake up call. We're like, okay, paycheck to paycheck, can we live? Yeah, we can live like that, but for how long can we survive? Then I'm like, okay, we have to do something else. Went back to school for my master's and did my nurse practitioner. Came out as a new graduate nurse practitioner. When I started working, I actually took a pay cut. I was making less than what I was making as a bedside nurse. So I started working there again. Of course, that is not enough. Now I started looking for jobs. So I had three jobs as a nurse practitioner, one full time and two per diem jobs. And I took a job to actually work from home. And I did that, a telehealth job, for 1 year. And it was still not satisfying. It didn't give me a job satisfaction, first of all. Second thing, I still have to be in front of the computer talking to patients. Even though I am home, it's a weekend when the kids are home, I am still working. I'm still working in front of the computer where I can't move away and do anything else. So it was still taking me away from the kids. So that's another thing. And then I said, okay, then I continue to do job hunting. And finally, I'm right now working in urgent care. I have been working in this position for 3 years now and making a good money. But how do I make it? I make that with working at least 60 hours a week. So my required is only, so I still work overtime, and I work anytime, whatever time is required for the company. I'll just go and do 3 hour, 4 hour here and there. Sometimes the evening shift, I'll stay late. I go on the weekends to help out. It might be 6 hours, sometimes 10 hours, depending on whatever is available. I'm making money with it, but I was still losing that time. And I was thinking myself, how long am I going to do that? That was my question to myself. How long am I going to do this? What am I getting and what am I losing? I was losing my time with my kids. My oldest is in college. My other two are home. But when they are home and when I go on weekends to work, their question is, really, Mom, you have to go to work on a weekend? And I had no answer. And I still had to go. And I was like, okay, I need to stop answering this. I need to be home with them. They are big enough, they don't need any help from me, but they still want to see their mom home. So I want to be home. That was another thing. And looking into, I'm in my midlife, and my health is not great. As Susan said, you continue to work hard and you keep missing your self-care, and I was missing the same thing. I'm on borderline with all the chronic conditions. Luckily haven't started any treatment yet, but I am there, so if I don't do something now, I am going to be at a position where I can't change it. So that was the second thing, wake up call for me. Third, how long can I do this? If I have to retire here in this country, with a full-time benefit, with my all my benefits, I have to work at least up until 65. Was I ready for that? I am not. I'm not working 60 hours a week until the age of 65, and I'm not going to do that. So that was my decision for myself, my own insanity, my health, my family time. I want to travel. There's all these things that I wanted to do. I feel like I have been working hard, but no savings that I can make, because whatever you make, everything is gone. You can't save anything. I'm not having any family time or vacation time as I want to, because it's still not enough. You don't have enough savings to go for a vacation with a big family, and it was just one after the other. You name it, there's reasons are multiple. I have my parents here. My mom recently had a surgery. She needed 6 week time for recovery, but I could take only a couple weeks. That's all I can afford. It's a corporate job. The PTO is much lesser. I could do only 2 weeks to help her out, and I did. But I wish I could have an opportunity where I don't have to worry about the PTO. I don't have to worry about the paycheck. If I have another income stream that I'm not dependent on a paycheck to live, I could have taken time off and help her out and stay with her for the whole 6 weeks and take care of her. So there's all these things, and I think people should utilize as. Am I an experienced business person? No, absolutely not. Have I tried something else before? Yes, I have tried network marketing before, but this is totally different. And when you have an opportunity, you should take it, because things are changing in this world. Everything is online. Everything you name, including buying your grocery and vegetables, are online now. So in the coming time, everything is going to be online. If we don't even know if we will have our jobs. Everything is AI is going to take over everything. So if you start now rather than being late, it's better to do it when you have an opportunity, when you have a support system, all these people who are there to help you and guide you. You should utilize it. Thank
Wow.
you.
Oh, amazing, amazing. You heard about the story of a nurse practitioner, a Malayali nurse came to America, and how she strived. Like, when we hear about this, like, we think that, wow, I mean, I don't think, like, a lot of people are able to do that. Because I know, as Jen Sechi already mentioned, like, I know Jen Sechi from my young age, like, when we studied in College of Nursing together. So I know how she was, how a good personality she was. And always admired her, the way that she is, the way that she took leadership, and she was, on the top of that list, and all those things. Like, I mean, I have no doubt that Jenseji is such a person that she have achieved so much. I have no doubt about that, because that's her person. That's what she is, right? But Jenseji already mentioned about what was the reality of behind all that hard work. What did she achieve, right? Of course, she achieved certificates. She achieved a big house. She achieved car. She achieved whatever she wanted for other people in her life. But what about her? That's a big question, right? She gave the life that she wanted for her parents, for her husband, for her kids. She's working hard endlessly still, like, 60 hours per week. It's not a joke, right? So like, when we come to America, we always think, like, when I worked in India, right, I was always thinking, oh, in I'm going to Ireland, I have to work only 3 days a week. Wow, amazing. All other 4 days I'm going to sleep. That's what I was thinking. But then I realized, no, that's not the story. No. Yeah, for us to, like, to survive in that high cost environment, you have to work. Instead of 3 days, you have to pick up one shift, two shift, three shift. Then you'll end up working like 6 days a week. You would have worked another one more days otherwise, but you may not have any more time to cook for the family. That's only a reason that you can have the batch cooking. That's only a reason that you took off for a day. That's the life of an immigrant, right?
So
So
the whole
that's
days are just catching up on chores. That's all you do.
that's all. Then what life left? What's life? Nobody's going to thank you, Jenseji or Sherin or Susan or Dr. Lena or Priya. Nobody's going to thank you for that. That's your thing. You have to, you chose that life. And that's the exact reason that we are in front of you. Like, what kind of life you are choosing right now. Are you working hard like a donkey, chasing that carrot? Chasing that carrot, ask yourself, you deserve a life, you deserve a good life, you deserve to sleep, you deserve to have some rest, you deserve to have some self-care, right? That's the reason that you have to ask. So, and don't think that we are doing a scam. We are not doing a scam. It's something different, of course. It's something different. It's not like a grocery shop or any other traditional business. You might have not heard like this before, anything like this before. That doesn't mean that it's a scam, right? This is a taxable business that you have to give your social security number or whatever your legal number is. You have to declare your income to the government, and you have to pay taxes, and you can make a lot of money. And you are going to pay like a lot of money as tax as well. The reason is because you are actually going to make a lot of money. That's a whole reason that you're going to pay a lot of tax. That makes it completely legal. Susan, I just want to ask you, for you, how do you compare your pharmacist salary to this salary? I mean, not salary, the income from this.
Okay, for me, as a pharmacist, if I have to make like 136K, I have to work like at least, 40 hours a week. So this one, if I work like 6, 7, or 10 hours a week, I can make that much. So that's the way I am able to scale this business actually. So I would say I'm able to relax. I'm able to spend time with my family. I'm able to take care of my health. I'm able to do a lot of things actually. So I'm able to relax and take care of my life. Don't I mean traditional business or jobs, like you have to trade your time for money, actually that much of time. But here you can scale your business if you learn. It's not like get to rich quick scheme, but you have to take some time and learn first, and you have to spend some time definitely to learn. But once you learn, it is definitely, it will reward you actually. That's what I would say in my
Yeah.
experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. This need patience, for
Yeah.
some people, they might make money in 2 weeks, and for you, maybe it will take some more time. That don't give up, I mean, that's, you need patience because it's a real business, But once you learn those skills, you can make as much as you want. There is no cap for it. Nobody's going to decide how much is your monthly payment. You are the one who's going to decide. Okay, you are the one who is going to decide what you want for yourself and for your family. But you need patience. But many people, after they tried like in a few months and things didn't work out, and they think that it's a scam, and they say it's a scam, and they cry, in front of media people saying that's a scam. I lost my money. Of course, you lost your money. I mean, if you spend your tradition, you spend 500,000 to open a grocery shop, and then the grocery shop like potipoi. I mean, it crashed, and then will you cry or not? You will cry, right? Of course, if the business is not working for you and if you're not patient enough, of course you will cry, right?
Not everybody who start a restaurant is becoming successful. Only they work towards it, they're going to be successful though.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's the thing that we have to understand. If somebody gave up and didn't make results out of it, that's not the problem of the platform. That's the problem of that particular person. Because it need that patience and that perseverance. That many people are not able to do. A lot of, especially in our business, because you don't need to have any previous experience. That's one good thing about this business. But the bad thing about this business is like many people who are coming as an employee into this business and staying in that employee mindset.
Yeah.
So they think that, okay, they start comparing. Okay, if I go for work like 36 hours a week, I get like $6,000, and in the business, and I spend this much time, I'm not getting any money. Of course, it's a business. You're not paid hourly. That's what you have to understand, right? And that's why it's called this business. So in your job, even if you work like 60 hours, 70 hours, you still not be able to make more than that, more than a specific range. But in the business, you can make a lot of money. That's the thing that we are saying about. Okay, so I mean, don't Don't think that we are like greedy people talking about money or anything like that, right? But that's a reality. That's a reality, and we are talking like clear truth to you that if you want to change your guys life, guys, this is it. You know, this is it. You won't see any other platform greater, I mean flexible, profitable than this, and that you can start with just 149 US dollar, and you can, I mean, I wouldn't say that you can start the business with 149 US dollar, no, but you can access all the system, all the updated training, 7 different social media platform training on that, updated training, masterminds, support system, community, everything in this 149. Okay, and that's, you will not find anything like this out there, right? And that's how good our platform is. Thank you so much, Chechi. And over to you, Dr. Lena. Can you please introduce yourself, and also can you please let our audience know, after being have a very successful career, being on the top of the career ladder, why did you think that you still need a second stream of income?
Thank you, Sherin, and hello to everybody who's listening to us, either live or recording. So, as Sherin has mentioned earlier, my name is Dr. Leena, and I'm a public health consultant. I'm working in the UK. I moved to the UK from Mumbai about 25 years ago. And Sherin, actually, I wasn't feeling very well last couple of days, but I thought I can't miss the opportunity to, connect with all of you lovely people and just get some good vibes from you. And I think I'm glad that I joined all of you, because I'm also very keen, to share my story as well with our audience. So, as you know, my colleagues have already mentioned a lot of the points, Sherin, in terms of why professionals like us who are, qualified, perhaps, in other people's eyes, doing quite well, successful in our careers or in our lives, and still wanting more. And I think I've come to realize over time that wanting more and more balance or a different life for yourself is not a crime. You are entitled to feel what you feel. You are entitled to actually live your life as you want. My story is a similar story of many immigrants who come to this country, to the UK or abroad, anywhere in search of a better life. We are called economic migrants. Sometimes we come for education and then decide, this is where maybe our careers will flourish. And so we stay back, and it's very similar to that. So um, I came to the point, my turning point, or the moment, I realized that I can't continue the way I was working in my profession. Was like some of the people here have said, was when my health started getting affected. And I've had a very busy career in my public health life in the UK. Initially exams and qualifications, and then, as many of you will resonate, to prove ourselves, that we have it in us, we are competent and qualified, and we can do the job. So there's a lot of things we as immigrants, and particularly immigrant women, have to face sometimes, the glass ceiling in a sense. And so I was very dedicated to my career, to my profession. Ended up working many hours overtime, where I've never thought for 1 minute also that I'm working extra for free, because my profession is such that, every time we are there for saving lives. We are there to help people, lead better lives, healthier lives. But it felt like, during the pandemic, I was working 60, 70 hours without a break, or just like literally getting up for our basic needs and then coming back, and then, getting on with work. And that really affected my overall balance. And that really made me sit up and think, this is not the life and the pace that I wanted to continue working with. And of course the pandemic slowed down, but then and we are obviously thankfully over that. But that left a lasting impact in terms of, it's almost like, we had to face the consequences of the hard work and the endless hours that we worked at that time, because it left us with some chronic health effects, musculoskeletal problems, for example, and just that burnout. And as I turned over 50, I thought, I can't really sustain this pace of working, and I need my time back. I need to really be able to do simple things like just cook healthy food for myself and my family, as you say, batch cooking, and I wanted to, just go out in nature, have a walk, read a book, just do healthier things, adopt a healthier lifestyle. And I felt like I was not being able to sustain that. I was not being able to do that. And that is when I thought I really can't continue like this. And although I was earning a good salary, uh, it was always that a salary is a salary. And, I was always in an employee mindset. And it was only when I had to face this difficult, question of how long can I continue doing this, I was like, what is my trade-off, in terms of what's the point that I call the shots and I say, like, this can't continue. um, and my husband works in IT, and those who are from the IT profession know how, sometimes the uncertainty, in terms of your contract being extended is always there. And I realized, like, over 50, I still had a mortgage. As an immigrant, I came late to this country. I came late to the UK. After that, I qualified again, because you've got to give exams to get your license here. And then building my career from the point that if I was staying in India, I would have probably continued, and it would have been a different trajectory. But coming here, you've got to give exams again. So I started, um, in some ways later in life compared to maybe other people who may have like settled earlier in life. So I still had a mortgage after 50. My son's education, I wanted to help him with that. And at the same time, I couldn't see myself working until 67. That was really the turning point for me, is like, I need to find something where I can control my time better. I can't just continue doing job and overtime and so on, no matter how much I love my profession. And that's when I really thought I need to find something, which fits with my career. And I needed that option or the choice. If I wanted to cut down, to part-time working or to retire early, then I had to find a way where I could still, maintain my, earnings comfortably, not have to cut down on the lifestyle that we'd built so hard, and still be able to, find time to do the things, spend quality time with family, and also go and visit family in India whenever we want. You have to ask for permission if you're in a job. So all of these things really made me think, what do I want to do in this next chapter of my life. So I started searching for something. And as you said, Sherin, and other colleagues have said as well, this was one of the most fantastic platforms that I found, which there's complete training available. There are people like us here, you can see here, and what you said, Sherin, people think everything online is a scam. People want to change their life, but they are not brave enough to actually explore that option or a possibility to the end. As soon as we start talking about, like, yes, it is a business, so it does require some investment. And to find out more, if you go to other businesses, you're not going to get all the blueprint and business model, in a single click. You have to really show commitment. But many times people don't want to take that extra effort. And I can understand people are concerned, because you really got to watch out for, what you're getting into, and people are worried this is a scam. But the fact that people here on this call are all licensed practitioners who are, dedicated, and, having, loving family, and have spoken about their stories, their vulnerabilities, it just shows that we are real people. And that's what attracted me to this business most, is that it is designed for everyday ordinary people like us, who have no business background, just that willingness to, work hard, to learn the system, be consistent, and be humble and coachable as well, because, you got to learn from other people who walk this path, and perseverance. And I think, that this business offers everything. And now I have really, what can I say after joining this? I have peace of mind knowing that I have options for my future. I'm not forced, to work until 67. I have the option to retire early if I want, or reduce to part-time working. And at the same time, I'm connected with a beautiful online community. and I am gaining skills which are now the state of the art skills, required to sustain in this digital world. So I think that's what my story is, Sherin. Thank you for having me today, and lovely to connect with everybody.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lena. So yeah, so this shows like all the characteristics of all of us. Like we are all career focused. But there's nothing wrong with that. Community need career. I mean, community need professionals like to sustain the society. That is exactly why we are not taught like how to become rich in the school. Do anybody teach you that? How to manage your finances? Do anybody teach you that? Do anybody teach you how to own your own business? Do anybody teach you that? No, because government need employees only, right? But smart people will do businesses. Smart people will realize that business is the only thing that you can give you that can give you freedom. But then the question is that many people, when they find about the opportunity and we have investment, not a lot of investment, there is a little bit of investment, and when they hear about that and oh, okay, I thought everything is free, and now there is investment. I came, I came into this business to see that I was looking for extra income. Now you're asking me to spend more, right? And that's a question that I want to ask them, right? Okay, maybe later, let me think about it, right? And that's a question that I want to ask yourself. Okay, so you were like, I mean, I am like 44, 45 right now. So if I drop this opportunity like when I was 40 years old and thinking that about this investment, because I didn't have money when I started this business, I didn't have money. Exactly. I was so scared. Like, am I going to like, how am I going to spend this money back, put this money back if in case if I'm not successful, saying that I don't have any business background, I didn't do any business at all before. So I could have thought a lot of other things like, what if questions, maybe later, maybe tomorrow, like that, right? And imagine I'm so scared when I'm thinking that if I did not, I was so scared at that time to take that action, but I took it anyway. But I'm so scared when I'm looking back, when I'm thinking 4 years back or 5 years back, what if I lost this opportunity because I was scared? I had enough reason to give up at that point. It was easy for me to give up and walk away, right? But I did not. By God's grace, I did not. I'm so scared when I look back, thinking that what if I did not take that action on that day, right? And this completely changed my life. This completely changed my life, guys. And this can change your life too. So before you take a decision, I just want to ask yourself a question. What's the cost of you not taking that action today? Would you be happy if you are finding yourself in the exact same spot when you are right now, or maybe even worse? Right now, 4 years, 5 years after you start this business, after you found this opportunity, and then you didn't take any action. Will you be happy to see yourself on the same spot 5 years after this? You clicked on our ad, you clicked on us, you inquired us because you wanted a change in your life, right? Mm-hmm. And you should be brave enough now to take that action, being uncomfortable. Growth needs discomfort, right? So if you want to grow, not in this business, anywhere, if you want to grow, you should be willing to be uncomfortable. Okay, so if you are not embracing that situation, that kind of thing, you'll never grow. You will be finding yourself in the exact same position, right? So that's all I want to say. Thank you so much, Dr. Lena, for sharing your experience about your journey. And now to my dear Priya Anand. Priya is a beautiful Priya from New Jersey. Can you please introduce yourself? Where did you go? Where did you go, Priya? Okay, I think she lost the connection, maybe. All right. Okay, so while we are waiting for Priya, anyone else want to add something else?
No, I would say, just don't stop watching people, just take the action. As Susan said, she watched you for 4 years, And I was looking through my phone, I don't know if you remember. I think you were in Ireland at that time in 2020. You posted something and I made a comment on it, and you sent me a message asking, Chechi, how are you? And are you really interested, or are you just supporting me? And I was not sure at that time. And I said, oh, I'm just supporting you. I didn't want her to say anything more. And I was like, okay. And she's like, okay, then, and then I've been watching her. I think same thing, like as Susan said, since the time you're doing the business, because we've been on Facebook for all this time, right? Years and years. So I've been watching. And finally, when she retired, that was my call. I was like, oh my God, she retired.
You were jealous of her retirement.
Actually, one thing I regret now is like, why did I
Why?
wait? Why did I-
That's true.
That's one
Exactly.
thing
I
I
was
regret
thinking
right
the same
now
thing. I
because
said, why I
I
did
feel
not
bad
ask
for
her,
her.
why
Yeah.
I didn't take that action 4 years ago when I had a chat with her on that day.